itself.
I feel like the hype is around amongst him because he's a Japanese person doing these things.
Signing their own death warrant.
The monster. A fearsome flurry, and he's down.
Inoue has been whistling the knockout tune to all opponents for 12 years now.
As a sport, not only is he winning battles, he is also precisely demolishing global champions. It's time to wake up if your sleeping name is Naoya Inoue. For this guy, he's not just fantastic, he's renowned. Let's dissect precisely why Naoya Inoue is not only a champion, he is an all-time great still being developed. Naoya Inoue is mostly referred to as the monster, and believe me, that name isn't for show. From the time he got into the ring as a professional, you could see he was something unique.
Introducing to you first, the defending world champion, hailing from Zama, Kanagawa, Japan. With a sensational record, he is undefeated with 26 wins, no losses, 23 big wins.
Japan, in 1993, first learned boxing from his father at an early age. His amateur career, a warning blow to the boxing world. He picked up over 75 victories, many national championships, and earned a reputation as a fierce puncher. But when he became pro in 2012, that's when things got serious. Some boxers take years to rise up in competition. Inoue, he said ignore all that. By his fourth professional bout, he was already contending for a championship. World champion, 6 fights, that's unheard of. If you want
Reigning and defending WBA and IBF Bantamweight Champion of the World, introducing Naoya
Want to be a legend, you can't simply conquer one weight class, you have to take over others, and that's precisely what Inoue has done. He began at light flyweight, then went up to super flyweight, and finally to bantamweight, where he really made his impact. Each time he went up, the strength, the speed, the destructive ability, it all came with him. Usually, as boxers gain weight, they lose part of their knockout power. Inoue, not a chance. His knockouts grew much scary. At bantamweight, he won the World Boxing Super Series in 2019, taking on some of the greatest boxers in the category.
And now we will see the list of suicidal fighters who provoked Naoya Inoue's anger by their bad-mannered and detestable actions and experienced it on themselves. After crushing opponents one after the other in Japan, a young
and in the final, he met the great Donaire in a contest that would define his career. This battle, oh my, this battle, if you haven't seen it, go watch it, right now. Inoue versus Donaire was meant to be a test, a challenge against a veteran, a 4-division world champion, and a future Hall of Famer. And it was, but it wasn't simply a test of talent, it was a test of heart. Inoue had a fractured orbital bone early in the bout, his eye was swollen, he was in agony, and yet, he continued coming forward. He displayed something that distinguishes the great from the legends. He proved he could endure damage, dig deep, and still find a way to dominate. Despite the injury, he dropped Donaire in the latter rounds and won a unanimous decision in what became one of the finest bouts in recent boxing history.
Donaire. So Donaire was giving him fits in the first fight. And if I'm not mistaken, Donaire was somewhere close to 40 or 40 years old when he fought him the first time. Whereas, and he was in his 20s. So he should have.
That battle cemented him as a pound-for-pound superstar. Now, let's speak about that power, because what makes Inoue dangerous isn't simply that he wins, it's how he wins. This guy doesn't simply outbox his opponents, he obliterates them. His knockout ratio is off the charts, and he's knocking out world-class fighters like they're wondering their career choices. And it's not just one punch, he can injure you to the head, to the body, with either hand. That left hook.
The kid from Japan, Inoue. So when you see, he got the victory over Cool Boy Steph. Cool Boy Steph, he's not a heavy puncher, good boxer. But far as, Inoue, it was a Filipino fighter, he had fought twice.
To the liver, a career ender. That straight right hand, a lights-out finisher. At this point, the boxing world isn't just talking about Inoue being the best in his category. They're asking, is he the finest boxer in the world? Pound for pound, Inoue has a case against anybody. He's knocked out champions, cleared out divisions, and continued to increase in weight while retaining his supremacy. Others think Canelo Alvarez. Others suggest Terence Crawford, but Inoue? He's right.
He should have knocked him out in the first fight. Fighting a guy, like I said before, at that age. What I need Inoue to do is, I need him to come fight in the U.S., random blood, urine testing. I think he's a hell of a fighter.
Right there. And if he continues going at this rate, he could well grab the #1 place entirely. So what's next for Inoue? Well, he's already dominated 3 weight classes, and he's still hungry. There are whispers of him going up again, potentially to super bantamweight, where larger difficulties await. And let's be honest, if history has taught us anything, it's that when Inoue sets his eyes on a division, that division is in peril. Naoya Inoue isn't only a superb boxer, he's a sensation, a once-in-a-generation talent, a wrecking machine with the skill, power, and passion to be listed with the all-time greats. If you haven't been watching him, start now, because we are watching history. Boxing is a sport that has long been dominated by Western nations, primarily the United States, Mexico, and the UK. He's demonstrating that Japan isn't simply a nation that produces great fighters, it's a country that can make legends. Inoue has become a worldwide sensation. His bouts aren't simply significant events in Japan, they're must-watch spectacles globally. Every time he gets into the ring, the boxing world tuned in. Promoters realize that when Inoue fights, it's not just another boxing match, it's an event. He's carried the heritage of Japanese boxing superstars like fighting Harada and Yoko Gushiken while carving his own way. And unlike many boxers who remain world, whether you're watching from Tokyo, New York, or London, when Inoue fights, you know something amazing is going to happen. Let's be real, nobody wants to face Naoya Inoue, they have to fight him. There's a difference. He's not just winning, he's shredding great boxers with ease. He has this air surrounding him, the same type of presence that superstars like Mike Tyson and Manny Pacquiao possessed in their primes. Fighters know that coming in the ring with Inoue means they're in for the toughest battle of their lives. The fear element is genuine. Opponents aren't simply afraid about losing, they're anxious about how severely they're going to lose. They realize that one misstep may lead to a highlight reel knockout. And when you're up against someone as precise and strong as Inoue, avoiding errors for 12 rounds? Nearly difficult. People get caught up in the power. And certainly, the knockouts are scary. But what makes Inoue genuinely exceptional is the manner he distributes that power. His technique is impeccable. He's not simply throwing wild punches hoping for a knockout, he's laying traps, generating angles, and delivering his strikes with surgical precision. His footwork is superb. He closes the gap so swiftly that opponents hardly have time to respond. His jab? Razor sharp. His timing? Impeccable. And the scariest part? He's still improving. At 30 years old, he's in his physical peak. And unlike other knockout artists who fade as they climb up in competition, Inoue continues demonstrating that his skill level matches his strength. He adapts, he becomes better. Naoya Inoue, the monster, the champion, the legend in the making.